usually your biggest strength is also your biggest weakness in a lot of ways. What I am very good at is seeing 8 to 12 months into the future as to where the business will be. And I'm always living 8 to 12 months into the future as to what is needed to scale. Where 8 to 12 months from now, we will be taking on 20 clients per month, having all of the systems built out, having all of the infrastructure for scale, and we'll be onboarding $400,000 to $500,000 of new MRR, of monthly recurring revenue, every single month. And I know exactly how we are going to get there, but then I am so impatient getting there. Like every single day, I'm always like, okay, like, why are we not here? And I'm so good at living 8 to 12 months into the future as to where the business is progressing that it fucks me up in my day-to-day life, because every day that we're not there, I just am like screaming myself, like saying like how bad we are and how many things that we're messing up. But in reality, we are scaling so quickly, and it's actually always on the same time horizons that I was thinking, which is even crazier because I'm smarter 12 months ago than I am today, at least in terms of I knew where we would be. And for example, January 1st, 2025, I wrote down the business goals for every single month and where we would be going. I don't remember the exact revenue that we were at in January, but it was decent. The profit margins were very good. And I said that we would probably go up a little bit, but reduce profit margins because we would be hiring to scale the team and continuously growing. And then as I was writing down, I said that we would probably be taking on 4 to 5 clients per month towards early fall, which is exactly what we've been doing. And then towards the very end of 2025 is when we will have all the infrastructure built out and we will be taking on 10 clients per month. And I had all the revenues. I had every single thing that I thought would happen. And then I painted the picture of how we were going to get there. And what's crazy is that is exactly what has happened. Step by step, every single thing that I wrote down has happened oddly the exact same way. But while we've been going through it, I have always been kicking myself in the ass saying, fuck, why aren't we scaling fast enough? Why aren't we doing things quick enough? When we are scaling at a higher rate than I even expected, or most businesses scale at. Because at the same time, I'm still, even as life progresses, I'm still living 8 to 12 months in the future. And my projections are always exponentially going up as to where we want the business to go, how big we want to scale it. I mean, we want to take this thing to where it is a multi-billion-dollar company, or we take it public. I think that it is awesome playing the game of business at higher and higher levels. And everyone thinks, what is the end goal? I want to just keep on crushing it. I have so much fun in the progress. This past week, I was a little burnt out because we had a massive sprint. We closed 7 clients. We built out the entire infrastructure. We hired another 6 people, and it has been fucking kicking my head. Kayla can attest. I was kind of a bag of shit all weekend. I think it's also because the weather here in Massachusetts sucks so bad that it was kind of just, I was very slow in the dumps. But in reality, we are really fucking progressing really, really, really quickly from an outside perspective. It's just when you're doing it in the day-to-day and you have such a bigger vision, it feels like you're always competing to get to that vision that you have. And so the biggest skill is knowing where we are heading and being able to figure out from a, let's say, a chessboard perspective, what moves we need to make to get to that end goal. Yet, as we are still playing the chessboard, taking the right moves, it feels like we're not doing it quick enough, which is a good and bad thing, because I want to have the 12-month plan done tomorrow. And that leads to having a big fire under our butt and making sure we're always moving quickly, which is good and bad at the same time from I'd say an emotional level. Kayla definitely feels it too, is that I'm always tweaking about work when in reality we are doing pretty freaking good. And the team's awesome. We are just jamming. Now we have our client success manager. Kayla just got onboarded, and she's been telling me how bad we suck
Stop it.
as bosses.
There's just a lack of communication.
Yeah.
And I can't communicate if they don't communicate with me, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
And I'm very impatient. I want everything to be perfect immediately.
And it's a new role. This is
It's
a
a new
new
role,
this is a new
yeah.
role that we developed, and we hired her last week, and
So we're working on it.
we're working on it.
It's gonna be great.
But everything is actually moving along really, really, really well. But moving with speed is super important, also with quality, and hyper obsessing over the things that really move the needle. So today I have calls from noon until 8 p.m. and I will not be off the laptop. I will not be stopping talking. We have a lot of fucking shit to get done. We have a new client where it's their onboarding call, which is a 3-hour call with them where we're doing a mega deep dive. We have a team call in 30 minutes. Then we have a call with another client, which I hate all these calls. Kayla is soon going to be the person in charge of all these calls, which is nice to kind of see how she does. Part of having unrealistically high expectations of myself and where we're heading, I also have incredible, like when we hit our goals, I do not feel happy. I feel relieved because I put so much pressure on myself making sure that we hit these goals. And they are massive. Like if we do not take on 10 clients in December, which would be another $150,000 plus in new monthly recurring revenue on top of our current business, I would be very disappointed. I would not be happy if we hit, let's say, 100,000 because I have like unrealistically high expectations. And so for this webinar, if we do not do $100,000 today for our client, I would be very upset. Whereas if we do $50,000, our client is going to be super happy, but I will not be. It's a constant pro and con of your biggest skill set is also your biggest weakness in a lot of ways, where being grateful, but never, ever, ever satisfied. Like I am so grateful for everything that we have. And the reason why I want to do so much more is I just want to be better at the game. And I find it very, very, very fun. Now we are at a point where I can truthfully say that I just never look at the price of anything. We just go to the restaurant. I do not look at the right side of the menu. I get whatever I want for everything and travel wherever we want to. And that it is awesome having freedom, but more money is not going to increase happiness. I know that from where we are today, more money will not change our lives at all. Because you can only, we already eat at the nicest restaurants every single day. Obviously not flying private. I would like to fly private, but that is not the make it or break it. I just love the game of business and I want to play at a higher and higher level. And when we are playing at a higher level, it is more fun. It is way more fun. And I want to utterly dominate. Just like Tiger Woods wants to dominate on the golf course, I want our business to be so much better because I know it can be. And it is fun crafting a future of something that you curate by yourself. And I am a greedy capitalist at the end of the day. I love having more freedom. It feels good being able to support more people in more ways. I would like the freedom maximalist of never having to worry about travel and staying in the nicest places. I now get more enjoyment, though, of spending money on other people. I never even got into spending money on myself. I've never bought a nice watch. I've been gifted a very nice watch, but I've already had some very nice cars that I was gifted because I've had such a cool relationship with my clients, where one of my clients, I got to drive a 1957 Porsche Speedster for about 6 months. And that was awesome. And I actually was thinking when I go back to Arizona to buy that car and then maybe another one because it did bring some degree of joy and happiness when the sun's on your face and you're in a convertible and it is cool driving a stick shift. But I definitely am not obsessed with things. Like things and objects do not make me happy. It is the people that I'm with. And I've had way more joy when I gifted my friend Luke a nice watch than if I went and bought one for myself. I actually would not feel much if I wouldn't feel anything probably if I went and bought myself something nice. I feel way more joyful if I buy someone that I really care about something very nice. And the more money you have, the more you can do those kinds of stuff. And I prioritize convenience, and I do not like flying through the airports. So how much money do you need to fly private everywhere you go? Truthfully, you probably need to be making 500 grand a month plus in profit to be able to spend, and I think afford to fly private 1 or 2 times per month. And so I would like to fly private, but I'm not going to be an idiot like a lot of these fucking Miami guys, because their product are young kids. What they do is they sell the lifestyle, where I do not sell info products. I'm selling to 8-figure plus businesses, and they all have their own planes. Most of our clients have their own planes. So I still get to fly private because I just travel with a lot of our clients a lot of the time. But it's not, I don't think it's cool when a 20-year-old kid is flexing a Lamborghini in a shit $20,000 watch and flying on a jet that they went on with 7 of their friends so they could split the cost. Like, that is not what I consider to be very cool. And my product is not young kids. If I was selling to young kids, I would do that stuff and I would show it on the internet because that sells. But I don't have anything to sell to young kids. I just want to keep playing the game at a higher and higher level. And the reward is having more and more money. And it is awesome having more money, to never have to worry about the price of anything. And especially being able to bring other people a part of the journey in a lot of other ways. And I still don't feel like I have any money. And that's mainly for the point of our clients are doing hundreds of millions of dollars per year. And so I compare where we are to there, and we are nowhere near that. In fact, we are so ridiculously far away. We are closer to making nothing than we are to being at their level. And the world is just so much bigger. And when you think bigger, everything really just opens up. And every single 6 months, I open up and say, we are not thinking nearly big enough. And I know for a fact, 6 months from now, we will be looking at this and saying that I was not thinking big enough. And I always do that, because the more you progress, the more you realize how big the world is and how much more you can actually progress from where you are. And this seems so hard for a lot of people to even comprehend, because when you have nothing, you are just trying to take the first step. And that's actually all this is. It is taking one step in front of the other, but it's for 5 years. And you realize that, holy shit, if you are progressing and actually getting a little bit better at something every single day for half a decade, you get really fucking good at it. And you also realize, holy shit, where am I going to be 10 years from now? I mean, 10 years from now, what will be the size of the business when I'm 33 years old? That is crazy to even comprehend.